So good morning. I think we'll have a general introduction after some time. Okay. So I'm so grateful to Dr. Gundal. Truly, your words inspired us. I wanted to know from you all whether you're comfortable with only English or else you want to be bilingual. நான் தாய்லாந்துலேருந்து வரதா சொன்னாங்கல்ல, சொன்னால் தாய்லாம் பேச மாட்டேன். ஸோ நான் இங்கிலீஷ் தமிழ் ரெண்டுலேயும் வேணும்னா we can have a session because we would be having Tamil teachers here who would be thinking that my God, 2 days they all will talk only in English. Oh, majority is here. Okay, fine. So you have to feel comfortable in asking. Okay. So வாய் திறந்து எனக்கு புரியல எனக்கு தெரியலன்னு கேட்கறத தானே பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுக்குறோம் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதனால நீங்க கண்டிப்பா கேட்கணும். Okay, so if you want to be in bilingual, yes, we are very much interested in doing it. So how many of you say that it can be completely in English, or else how many of you say it can be in bilingual? Bilingual. ஆமா, தமிழ் பேசும்போது இருக்க சுகமே தனி இல்ல? Okay, fine. So to start with, what is the topic? Capacity building program. Strengthening assessments and evaluation practices. நிறைய தெரிஞ்ச முகங்கள் இருக்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு ஒரு ஃபீல். யாரெல்லாம் என் செஷனுக்கு முன்னாடி அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? சரி. ஓகே, நீங்களாம் தான் சொல்லணும். ஸோ இன்னைக்கு நான் நல்லா எடுப்பேனா அப்படின்னு. ஓகேவா? ஸோ யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு ஜட்ஜ் மீ. ஸோ நவ் as if sir said, yes, நீங்க செல்ஃப்லெஸ் சர்வீஸ் பண்றீங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ நல்லா யோசிச்சு பாருங்களேன். டீச்சர்ஸை நீங்க போய் சொல்லவே கூடாது, கோவப்படவே கூடாது, யாரையுமே அடிக்க கூடாது. நீங்க டயத்துக்கு வரணும் எப்பவுமே. ஓகேவா? பின்னாடி ஃபேமிலி ஒன்று சக்கச்சக்கான்னு இருக்கும். அதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கிற எல்லாத்துலயும் டியர் டார்லிங் கொஞ்சிட்டே இருக்கணும். ஓகே, ஸோ வாட் எவர் டூயிங் இன் யுவர் மைண்ட் டசன்ட் மேட்டர் அட் ஆல். யூ ஹேவ் டு லுக் எலிகென்ட். ஓகே, நீங்க ரொம்ப ப்ரெசென்டபிளா இருக்கணும் ஸ்கூலுக்கு வரும்போது. பிள்ளைங்க உங்களை பார்த்து அவங்க பிரைட் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ ஆல் தீஸ் ஆர் ஹேப்பனிங். பட் ஒன்லி திங் இஸ், as like sir said, what he is today, he is owed to the teacher. ஸோ அதே மாதிரி கண்டிப்பா நாளைக்கு உங்களை பசங்க தேடி வருவாங்க. ஓகே, what I am here today, it's because of the teacher. இன்னும் நான் என்னோட டீச்சரை தேடி போறேன். என்னோட டீச்சர்ஸ் தேடி. The teacher who changed something in our life. Okay, so please be the change makers. Do not get tired of doing it. Okay, ஐயோ தினமும் இதே விஷயமா காலையில ஓடணும், டயத்துக்கு போகணும், இப்படியே பண்ணணும், இன்ஸ்பைரிங்காவே இருக்கணும். Yes, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's happy. You have to be happy in inspiring others. Okay, மத்தவங்களை இன்ஸ்பயர், குழந்தைகளை இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்றதுல நீங்க ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமே பண்ணணும். ஓகே, ஸோ CBSE, இதுல நிறைய பேர் CBSEக்கு புதுசா கூட இருக்கலாம், நிறைய பேர் ஏற்கனவே இருக்கிறவங்களா கூட இருக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? ஸோ CBSE பத்தி பேசிக்கலா நீங்க சில விஷயங்கள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். வாட் இஸ் CBSE? அப்படின்னா yes, we don't follow the state syllabus, we follow a central curriculum. Okay, central curriculum that's only India அப்படினு கிடையாது. இப்போ நான் வந்து தாய்லாந்து சொன்னோனே எல்லாரும் நான் ஹாலிடே ட்ரிப் போயிட்டு வந்ததா நினைச்சுக்காதீங்க. அங்கே நான் ட்ரைனிங் தான் போயிட்டு வரேன். ஓகே, அங்கே we have CBSE students. Only thing is, not only in India and ahead of India also we have CBSE schools. So Central Board of Secondary Education gives a curriculum for you to follow. ஓகேங்களா? சோ அதுல எத்தனை டிவிஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு? அதுல வந்து எத்தனை டிவிஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு முதல்ல பாக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? உங்களுக்குலாம் தெரிஞ்ச டிவிஷன்லாம் சொல்லுங்க. CBSE ல என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கு? சரி, நம்மளே ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிக்கலாமா மியூச்சுவலா? எக்ஸாமினேஷன் சர்க்கிள் எல்லாம் வருதா இல்லையா? இந்த டேட்ல பிராக்டிகல்ஸ் ஆரம்பிக்கணும், இந்த டேட்ல முடிக்கணும், இந்த டேட்ல போர்டு எக்ஸாம்ஸ் ஆரம்பிக்குது. ஆல் தீஸ் சஃபல் எத்தனை பேர் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? சஃபல் எக்ஸாம் which school சிஸ்டம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? வேற யார் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? காஞ்சி பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. வெரி குட். ஓகே, so all these exam related things comes from examination unit. Okay, so CBSE has a separate division for examination. Okay, you know who is heading examination? And the circular level sign controller of examinations. Who's that? Yes, Dr. Sanyam Bharadwaj. Okay, so who is the controller of examinations? Okay, in one tiny division they see only exam related things. Okay, and then we have an affiliation unit. இப்போ சொல்லுவீங்க இல்லையா சில ஸ்கூல் எங்களோட affiliation number இது, school code number இது, எங்களோட Siksha email ID இது. Okay, all these you say. And உங்களுக்கு yet to be affiliated school la இருப்பாங்க. And affiliation la inspection வந்துட்டு query போட்ட schools இருப்பாங்க. Okay, so affiliation which is taken care by affiliation unit which was headed by our chairperson. Okay, இப்ப chairperson மாறி இருக்காங்க. பட் இந்த ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு இவங்க தான் chairperson, Miss Vidhyashram. Okay, அவங்க தான் நம்மளோட CBSE ஓட chairperson who is heading the என்ன unit? Affiliation unit. Affiliation unit don't work in branches. Okay, regional office அந்த மாதிரி work ஆகாது. Affiliation office head office மட்டும்தான். Headquarters which is at Preet Bihar, Delhi. Okay, அது மட்டும்தான்.
Happy morning once again to all of you.
Happy morning.
So as the doctor sir said and the senior principal also in a welcome note made a mention of it, and Mrs. Parama Kalyani also kept mentioning that you have to do an active participation in today's session. Okay? So you are going to gain a lot of information. So on my behalf also, I'll do a little bit talking on it. So all this information that you are going to receive from us must bring about a transformation in you. So that's the purpose of today's session. And we will start the session with a game. Shall we? Yes. Because you're all seated in an AC room, so I thought let me sweat you out a little bit. So we are calling. What is the title of the session? So as soon as I heard this topic, I must also let you know at what point I am standing in this training. I should tell you this is one of my first training with strengthening assessment and evaluation practices. The senior principal made mention that Mrs. Parama Kalyani had already shot 1,000 training ahead of her before coming to your session. And so you must understand, for me also, it's been a learning journey going through this topic, though I am a teacher for the past 27 years. So when I heard this term strengthening assessment, I only got a musical note in my mind. Okay? I got sa. How many of you can sing? At least say sa. Louder. Sa. That's what came into my mind. When I looked at the EP, I got the next note. What is the next note? Ah. Okay? So we're going to make sa team and party. Okay? We're going to make a sa team and party. We're not going to do this song. Okay? We're going to say sa. Now, I said I'm going to sweat you out, so we're going to go outside. And all the song, those who say, I'm going to count, like, generally in a group session, we say 1, 2, 1, 2. This time we are going to say sa, pa, sa, pa. So whenever you are going sa, whenever you are getting that, note sa, musical note sa, what should you say? Sa. You cannot say simply, you cannot recite it sa. How should you say? It's a musical note, you should say. Sa. So when I call out, who are you? You must say sa. So the next person should say, no. You must say pa. So that is sa. This is pa. Is it okay? So we'll see whether sa is sounding loud or pa is sounding. Okay? This is number one instruction. So the first instruction that you got from me is today's session should not be just information. It has to be. I used a different word. No, I used a different word. Today's session should not remain as information. It should become a transformation within us. It should be the transformer. Okay? So it must become transformers, not informers. Okay? You must not go back to your school and inform your administration and principal about what happened. But in the way that you are conducting yourself, transforming yourself, they must be able to get the electricity from you. You understand what I'm saying? That's my first instruction. Second instruction is we are going to play a game. Second information that I share about myself is this is my first time doing this session, so it's a journey for me also to discover the learning through you. And my third instruction is we're going to play a game, and the game we're going to number ourselves as sa and pa. Now, though this topic is going to come to you as a capacity building program from CBSE, I'm sure, as teachers. Okay. Some of you are kind of you're starting your teaching just this year. How many of you are fresh teachers in this room? When I started teaching, yes, wonderful to know. Okay, how many of you are like veteran teachers? You've completed about 20 years of teaching, 25 years of teaching, 15 years of teaching, 10 years of teaching, 5 years of teaching. Okay, so in this number of years that you've worked as teachers, can you tell me how many times you've conducted tests? I just want, you cannot say that. If you're a highly organized teacher, you'll have every small and big test documented in your file, or today they are digitally strong, so we will have it in our system. So from now onwards, take stock of how many tests you are delivering in your class. And I want you to spend time on how many hours and minutes you spend in setting a question paper. Generally, tell me how many minutes it takes, how many hours it takes to set a paper?
I need 2 days.
You need 2 days. I really love that answer. Is there anybody who's outbeating her hours of setting paper? 2 days means you completely dedicate yourself in setting the paper, like you'll not get involved in any other work, like, is it 8 hours plus 8 hours, 16 hours? No. I wanted an hours, so 12 hours, 6 hours? Huh? So like that, you already know about tests, that's my point. So you know about assessment, you know about evaluation. Should we teach you? Say so. Yeah. So in the SA and PA circles that we are going to make, we are going to play this game. One person will throw the ball. Okay? So I throw the ball to her. Now who's seated? There is Sir seated here and Madam seated here. Both of you should sit down.
We're going to able to sit or sit up, okay?
Because all of us are wearing sari, and some of us have never sat down like this at all. So you should not have some pull in your thighs. So I want you to. Otherwise, don't need to sit. We can clap hands.
No.
She's saying to sit. I don't want to strain yourself. I want to take a call because that is also part of assessment. To check whether what I'm doing is right or not. So how many of you want to sit like this and stand? Or how many of you want to just lag? Half sit? Everybody? Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So we have come to a conclusion that we're going to half sit because we must follow instructions very carefully. I will throw a ball, if I'm going to throw a ball to ma'am seated here, then both of them by her side must sit. In case they're not sitting, what will happen? Out. Can we send people who don't sit as out? Okay, you cannot say you're a teacher. We have a new term in our line of work. What is a new term? It starts with letter I. It's not new, it's age old, but we are practicing it with more care and sensitivity nowadays. It starts with letter I. What is it? Inclusion. What is it? Inclusion. So there are no failures in our system, nobody is left behind. So even if they fail to sit, what we'll do, we'll ask them a question. On what will we ask them questions? If Sa is leaving Sa will always throw the ball. Okay? So Pa will give the answer on assessment and on evaluation. Ready to play the game? Say so.
Yes.
Now amongst your table, can you clarify the instruction that I have said? Check whether you all know what I said. Please turn back.
எல்லாருக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதா? what would be your evaluating scale? என்னலாம் இருக்கணும் evaluationல?
Supporting point.
அதாவது relevant topic relevant-ஆ பேசுறாங்க. because சில பசங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா to grab the attention just they go somewhere and they'll be funny, hilarious sometimes, to grab the attention. So it has to be relevant. Next, you fight. Okay, argument is an argument. That's all. Okay, it shouldn't turn that way. Then
Practical presentation.
இல்ல நம்ம பிராக்டிகலா பாசிபிளா இருக்கதா டாபிக்கே கொடுப்போம் இல்லையா? ஜூபிட்டர்ல வசிக்கிற டாபிக்லாம் கொடுப்போமா என்ன? இல்ல. So practical topics தான் நம்மளும் கொடுப்போம்.
We should not repeat
The way of presentation, how they communicate, whether they use new vocabulary, how they are flowing of words and sentences. So all these are also criteria. Okay? So according to இந்த மாதிரியான activities the basic ground rules would be the assessment. விளையாடுவோம் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? எதுக்கு விளையாடுறோம் அதெல்லாம்? Now நீங்களும் படிச்சீங்களா? Noun படிக்கிறதுக்காக நம்ம இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஒரு காலம் போடுவோம், place ஒரு காலம் போடுவோம். So whenever you say that these are the criteria, these are the rubrics, these are the ground rules should be followed நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அதுக்கான evaluation points எல்லாம் என்னென்ன இப்போ நீங்க சொன்னதெல்லாம். Whether it is relevant, whether the flow is right, whether they are only yes, all these are your assessment tool. So the assessment differs from one person to the other person. Activity. Okay? Public speaking as an activity. Public speaking na public la ninnu பேசுறது இல்ல. ஓகேவா? அதாவது கிளாஸ்ங்கறதே ஒரு பப்ளிக் தான். So இந்த கிளாஸ்ல நான் எப்படி பேசுறேன்? Okay, when I'm going to come on, I'm going to take the dais, when I'm going to face some public people, how am I going to
Through the Gurukula system. How different are we from them? Are we anyway different from them?
Yes.
I don't think so. A teacher is a teacher whether in Gurukula system or this system. And those days, how did the Gurukula system happen? Also that and where all their Gurukulas were set only inside the nature. In nature. And all the time did they keep moving? They are now. How can you say?
Yes.
Yes. Within the class setup they kept moving. And that is what at the present time Benjamin Bloom in 1957 when he did a research for his university came up with 3 domains. What are the 3 domains? This place we call it as affective domain. Another is using your entire limbs, all your fine motor and your gross motor, and that is called as psychomotor. So why was such a research conducted to call a lot of attention to that, this and this? It's only for one reason. Okay? So what is the first in your group? Sa or Pa? Sa. You're Sa 1. Who are you? Pa 1. Sa 2. Pa 2. Sa 3. Pa 3. So like that, can you give your numbers in your group itself? Size, write your number, whether if you are SA1, PA1, S2, SA2, PA2, whatever it is. Okay? So write the number. I will leave the number on the table. 10 tables. Because my number calculation will be wrong if I tell you to do only 1, 2, 3, 4. If I tell you that will be wrong. Okay? Please pin it here. And the time now is 11 on the clock. It has to be completed within a minute. Once you are ready.
Continuous comprehensive evaluation.
All the states are doing it.
SEA, subject enrichment activity. என்ன பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நேம் மட்டும்தான் சேஞ்ச் ஆகிட்டு வாட் வி டிட் இன் த CCE மந்த்லி. இது வந்து பிள்ளைங்கிட்ட சொல்லி தான் பண்ணணுன்றது இந்த அசஸ்மெண்ட் கிடையாது. இது வந்து திஸ் அசஸ்மெண்ட் ஃபார் லேர்னிங். டீச்சரும் நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கணும், நம்ம எவ்வளோ தூரத்தில் அந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு அந்த கான்செப்ட் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்கோன்றது தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்காக தான் இந்த CCU இந்த SEA டிஸ்கஷன் பண்ணலாம், டிபேட் பண்ணலாம். இது எல்லாமே இந்த CCEல பண்ணதுதான் the same SEA-லையும் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
SEA-னா என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க.
Subject enrichment activity. இப்போ லாங்குவேஜ் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் we have to evaluate LSRW. நம்ம வந்து மந்த்லி 4